Hi, my name is Lorelle Frank, and I am going to be reading just the first part of my short fiction story. My short fiction story case study. The clumps of tuna oozing out the side of Archie's sandwich look like they have already been eaten and regurgitated back onto the smushed slices of knockoff Wonder Bread. Darwin can see the eczema medication Archie's mother appears to have used as a garnish, a thick layer of vibrantly pink cream peeking out from beneath the sandwich's fleshy, runny globs, which gleam unpleasantly in the afternoon light. Archie raises the sandwich from the table. Want to trade? Silence follows. Darwin pauses with his own turkey and ham sandwich, half unwrapped from its plastic bag, to stare at Archie for a moment, gauging whether or not the other boy means it. Archie scratches his leg. Darwin suspects Archie has somehow gotten it into his head that normal kids in public school trade lunches as a matter of routine. Since the bi-weekly homeschoolers of Utah Valley field trips remain the closest Darwin and the others get to a regular lunch hour, Archie tries to pawn his mother's unholy culinary creations onto the other kids precisely bi-weekly. Darwin coughs. Maybe not today, he says as kindly as he can manage. Okay, says Archie with a shrug of his wire hanger shoulders, his fluffy hair ruffling in the breeze. Darwin tips his head down to stare at the stainless steel picnic table, feeling the afternoon rays hot on his crown. He deliberately does not watch Archie bite into the cat-sick sandwich or look at the peeling flushed skin on his neck because he would like to keep his appetite. The brown paper lunch bag half crumpled between them on the picnic table reads Archie Foot. Darwin puzzles over how Archie's cruel parents, with full knowledge that their last name was Foot, could have gone ahead and called Archie something that even resembled a word connected to actual feet. They could have done worse with Smellman Foot, Hairy Foot, or Sweaty Foot, but not much else. Darwin hears the kids at the other picnic table laughing and feels a little grating of sandpaper annoyance inside his belly. I'm going to skip a bit. Darwin has heard normal-schooled kids say that homeschoolers are socially awkward and generally bad at life, but Darwin doesn't think that's true. Darwin has acquaintances outside the homeschool group. He plays on a community baseball team, and the local elementary school lets him play percussion in their afternoon band club. At the other picnic table, Carolyn, who's 11, a year older than Darwin and Archie, wears a shiny black braid, and she knows a lot about Egypt and history and dragonflies. And Sean plays video games, the cool kind that the teenagers play. And the four Blearson siblings are collectively good at everything. I found a dead peregrine falcon in my yard this morning, says Archie. Peregrine falcons can dive 200 miles per hour. I mean, not that one because it was dead, but... And he takes an extra big bite of tuna and eczema medication. It's pretty amazing. Kids like Archie give homeschoolers a bad name. Several sweat-sticky minutes later, Darwin's mom and the other parent volunteers cart 2 minivan loads of kids from the park to the dinosaur museum. The homeschoolers finally enter, and the cool air conditioning tingles their sweat as the parents wait in line to buy tickets. Archie gawks at the T-Rex, so Darwin doesn't. They enter a set of taupe doors and pass a fake archaeological dig with wax people and rust-red rocks. Beyond the next door, the next wooden rustic-looking door, Darwin forgets his irritation as he drifts across a bridge in a black hallway dotted with pinhole white stars in every direction, floors, walls, ceiling. The dark presses so close that Darwin can barely see his feet on the bridge, much less the other homeschoolers, and he feels as though he has grown 1,000,000 times his size and walked through the Milky Way and into a time warp, because everything on the other side of the star hallway comes alive straight from prehistoric times. Skeletons of sea turtles the size of cars swoop toward him in a rippling ocean, and sleek model animals like fierce-looking dolphins tear apart plump tentacle creatures. The scenes don't move except the dancing light effects on turquoise backdrops, but Darwin can feel the currents and taste the salt water. In the next room, live plants behind a wall of glass curl around shiny, giant centipedes with dozens of legs as long as swords. Suspended, mud-brown bones of upright carnivorous lizards pose in hunting packs. Come look at this, Darwin says to Sean, bending close to the massive aquarium that protects a miniature display of sand, tiny trees, and plastic water, dotted with land dinosaurs doing dinosaur things like eating each other and guarding their eggs. Each tiny figure is delicately painted in deep greens, burgundies, sandy browns, and vivid red for the blood. Several pterodactyls soar over the scene, suspended by almost invisible spider silk threads. The intricacy of the tiny scene holds him. I've already been here before, says Sean in a drawling monotone. Darwin holds his mouth tight, glancing around for Carolyn's black braid, but she has run ahead and now stands leaning over a railing to look at the live fish and a narrow river threading through another exhibit. Cool, says Archie, sliding up next to Darwin uninvited, touching his arm. Darwin recoils. Archie explained the non-contagious nature of eczema to him a few weeks ago, but since the explanation subsequently led to a discourse on scabies and ringworm, Darwin's disgust toward skin conditions in general remains homogeneously high. Archie doesn't seem to notice Darwin's aversion. Look at the raptors eating that long-necked guy. You know, birds came from dinosaurs. That's why they're called raptors. Darwin feels blood stretching the vessels in his forehead as he realizes nobody else cares about any of this except for Archie Foot. That ancient spell breaks and the little grating of annoyance in his belly twists and burns like the annoyance got stuck to a motorized wheel and all his guts have gotten caught in the gears as the sandpaper spins and spins. Darwin tries to escape by catching up to Carolyn and Sean, who sit in front of a TV screen rolling dinosaur facts. Archie follows him, itching. Peregrine falcons almost went extinct, Archie volunteers. Darwin rolls his eyes so that Carolyn and Sean can see. He needs them to know that he and Archie haven't bonded over the miniature display or something. People think peregrine falcons are still endangered, Archie continues. But really they're doing just fine now, have been doing just fine for years. People think that we need to take care of them or that humans need to stay away from them, but actually they take great care of themselves. Let's go, says Darwin pointedly, turning away to continue along the dark blue carpet pathway. The homeschoolers spend hours in the last room, a hands-on network of waist-high basins filled with sand, running water, and little plastic trees and triceratops. The others laugh and make dams and drown each other's dinosaurs in flash floods. But Darwin quietly piles sand in a corner to recreate the miniature scene and wishes two things: that he could start in the Milky Way again and experience the whole trip through time once more while the others play, and that he could do it without Archie Foot breathing over his shoulder. Thank you.